The woods were dark and cold. The trees stood closely together, their tangled roots reaching out across the ground. A small girl made her way carefully through, trying not to disturb a thing. When suddenly, from nowhere, appeared a huge wolf with big eyes and big ears and big sharp teeth. Grinning, the wolf said, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to my grandma's to take her some medicine," replied the little girl. On this, the wolf ran ahead to the grandmother's house and gobbled her all up. But when the girl cried for help, a passing woodsman came, killed the wolf, and rescued her.
Emily, you've stopped talking.
Oh, sorry.
Why don't you tell me about your family?
My father was a territorial soldier in the army. During the day he would sit in an office, and at night he would help me with my homework. My mother was different, working in the local supermarket. She was always tired, never taking a break, even when she returned home. Then there was me. There were no real major dramas. Life was as boring and as peaceful as most families. Then we heard the news.
We interrupt this broadcast for some breaking news. The Prime Minister's announced that due to the threat abroad, this nation is at war until those responsible for the genocide of thousands of people are captured and their governments removed. The PM calls for all serving soldiers, territorial and regular, to report to their headquarters by Friday midday.
Emily,
Dad?
I need to talk to you. That's it, babe.
He explained everything. He was going away to war, to protect the country he was serving, leaving his family behind.
I'm going away. It might be for some time. I wanted to give you this before I go. And if you're good, I'll give you another one. This is it now, it's just you and Mum. I'll be back.
And then he left, never to return.
The woods were dark and cold. The trees stood closely together, their tangled roots reaching out across the ground.
My father's video was comforting. Little Red Riding Hood, the children's story I'd loved as a child. But it reminded me of a time when everything was normal, when we hadn't been separated by other people's troubles. But my mother had nothing to contend with. After work, she would hide herself in the kitchen, unable to look at me. One night, she came home from work worse than ever. She'd been drinking. okay, Mum?
Get out. Get out! Get out!
Appeared a huge wolf with big eyes and big ears and big sharp teeth.
It was a while before my mother unlocked the door to give me food. Suppose she couldn't stop cooking. I was locked away in that room for too long. There had been no word from my father, my friends from school. But then I remembered that last part of Little Red Riding Hood.
When the girl cried for help, a passing woodsman came, killed the wolf, and rescued her.
I sat there, dreaming he'd return to come and rescue me. But I heard nothing, only the radio through the door.
Another 23 soldiers have died in the fighting overseas today. Several suicide and road bombings in different cities across the country occurred only moments ago, killing a further 5 soldiers and 30 civilians. This brings the total deaths to 407 after 2 weeks. These are the names released by the Ministry of Defence: Captain Alex Bolton, Private Tyler Lawson and Private Dylan Vaughan.
The newsreader read out all the names. My father was amongst the list.
Here, this is for you.
Emily, listen carefully. What I'm about to tell you is of special importance. I don't think I'm going to make it back. But I know what your mother's done to you.
What did he say after he told you he couldn't come back?
I know it's been challenging. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't see it sooner. But I love her. I love her as much as I love you. But there's one last story I need to tell you. It's Little Red Riding Hood again. Oh, but with a different ending. When the little girl arrived at her grandmother's house, she knew it was a wolf in her grandmother's clothing. You see, but unable to escape, she was forced to obey the wolf's orders. When the girl complained that she wanted to go to the toilet, the wolf tied a rope around her ankle so she couldn't escape. When the girl went outside, she tricked the wolf and tied the rope around a tree and escaped. You have to trick your mother. There is no huntsman coming to save you. You have to trick your mother like the wolf and make good your escape. Emily, do it. Do it for me.
Mum! Mum, let me out!
What did you do then?
I tricked the wolf.
What?
Please, Mum!
Why? You're good for nothing. Not him.
Come on, Mum, I need the toilet, please!
Emily! Get back here! Emily!
I tricked the wolf and didn't look back.